Hi, boys and girls. Well, we just read a fun story called The Spider and the Fly. And now we're going to read a non-fiction book, a real book about spider's life cycle. And it's called From Egg to Spider. Yes, spiders hatch from eggs. So we have an animal that is oviparous. Here we go. From egg to spider, life cycle of a spider. And this one here looks rather menacing, I feel. Menacing means bit scary. Here we go. From Egg to Spider by Anita Canary. Oh, table of contents. Ear, ear, ear. Thank goodness, because I really need another wrinkle on my brain. I haven't taken in some information yet. Have you ever seen a spider? A spider is an animal with 4 pairs of legs. There are many kinds of spiders. Spiders live all over the world. Most spiders make silk webs, which is what we did for our activity, our assignment with the first book. We matched some spiders to their webs. The garden spider lives on plants and gardens and woods. You are going to learn about a garden spider. You will learn how a garden spider is born, grows up, has babies, gets old, and dies. This is the spider's life cycle. How does the spider's life cycle start? That's what a lot of scientists do. They ask questions, and as soon as you ask a question, you have to go looking for the answer. Spider eggs. The spider starts life as a tiny egg. A female spider lays the egg. That means a girl. In the fall, the female's body is large and full of eggs. The female spider spins a little bag from silk. This bag is called an egg sac. She lays over 800 eggs inside the egg sac. Then she closes the sac with more silk. The female spider fixes the egg sac to a plant or under a window. Whew, that's a pretty big egg sac right there. Who looks after the eggs? Who do you think looks after the eggs? I think it would be the mum, wouldn't it? Let's find out. Guarding the eggs. Hungry birds and insects eat spider eggs. Well, that's only fair because most spiders eat insects. So it seems only fair that the insects try to eat the spider's eggs because then there would be less spiders. Smart insects. Frogs sometimes eat spider eggs too. So the spider looks after her eggs. The female spider sits close to the egg sac. There she is. She does not leave the eggs. She does not even go looking for food. She guards the eggs until she dies. Hey, that's like Charlotte's Web. She did the same thing. And then she gave the egg sac to Wilbur. There she is sitting near the egg sac. When do the eggs hatch? What do you think? Weeks or days? Maybe months? Let's find out. The eggs hatch. Inside each egg, there is a baby spider. During the winter, the spider eggs start to hatch, but the baby spiders do not leave the egg sac. They are safer in the egg sac. Wow, that's a pretty cool picture of the eggs and the baby spiders inside an egg sac. It almost looks like a fruit I could eat, but I don't think I want to eat that one. At first, the baby spiders stay in a tight group like this. That makes sense. There's safety in numbers. The baby spiders grow bigger. When spring comes, they bite little holes in the egg sac and then they crawl out. What is a baby spider called? Maybe a spiderling? What do you think? Or a spiderlet? I think about duck, duckling. Pig, piglet. So spiderling or spiderlet? What do you think? Let's find out. The baby spider is called a spiderling. She is pale yellow. The spiderling stays close to other spiderlings. The spiderlings look like a wriggling swarm. Yikes! But the spiderlings is in danger. She will be lucky to live. Birds eat many of the spiderlings. Some are eaten by other spiderlings. Oh my gosh, that means I would eat my sister or my brother? Gross! There's a bird eating our little spiderling. Do the spiderlings stay together? Maybe they're like a family? A few days later, the spiderling swarm splits up. The spiderlings start to live on their own. The spiderling has a wonderful way of finding a new home. These spiderlings on lines of silk wait for a breeze. Here they go. They set up a little strand of web and let the breeze take them away. It's kind of chancy where you might land. The spiderling spins a long silk thread. Then she waits for the breeze to blow it away. This is called ballooning. Hey, that's almost like hot air ballooning. The spiderling's new home is where she lands. But what say you land in water? What happens then? I guess you drown. But if you land on a nice tree, that would be good. Or a barn, that would be even better. Spinning a web. In the early summer, the young spiderling spins her web. The spiderling makes silk in her body. She uses the silk to spin her web. She spins it in a bush or between two plant stems. Every day, the spiderling mends any gaps in her web. Then she sits in the middle of her web and she waits for something to eat. Kind of like the fly. What does the spiderling eat? What do you think, guys? Yeah, pretty sure it's insects. Sticky trap. The spiderling eats insects such as butterflies, flies, and wasps. She waits for an insect to fly into her web. The insects get trapped in the sticky web. The spiderling takes the insect to the middle of her web to eat it. The spiderling rushes to the insect. She wraps it up in silk. Then she kills it with a bite from her poisonous fangs. Wow. So once she's put it to sleep, she wraps it and then she takes it to the middle. Pretty cool. Poisonous fangs injects poison right into there. How fast does the spiderling grow? What do you think? 4 days, 5 weeks? Growing bigger. The spiderling grows bigger. Her skin gets too tight. It splits along the sides. She wriggles out of her skin. This is called molting. Under the old skin, the spiderling has a new and stretchy skin. She changes her skin about 5 times. Then she is fully grown and is called a spider. Just like this spider, a garden spider's new skin is soft, but it dries hard. And we know that's their exoskeleton. Pretty cool. Time to mate. In the early fall, the female spider is ready to mate. A male spider waits by her web. He gently taps on the web. The male spider has to be very careful. The female spider might think he is food. That would be bad news. Then the male and female spiders mate. In the fall, the female spins an egg sac. She lays her eggs in it, and the next spring these eggs will hatch into spiderlings. The male garden spider is much smaller than the female. Wow, yeah, she's really big. He's kind of skinny. When does a spider die? 1 year? What do you think? Seems about right, doesn't it? Spider lives. Adult spiders might mate many times. After mating for the last time, the male spider has done his job and he dies. The adult female spider lays her eggs in the fall. The spider life cycle starts again. After the female has laid her eggs, she dies. So, yeah, like a year. Where do spiders go in winter? I don't know. Where do you think they might go in the winter? Winter is a hard time for a spider. The weather is cold. There is not enough food to eat. The adult garden spiders die before the winter. Only their eggs survive until the next spring. The spiders that hatch this year find a warm place and they live through the winter. These spiders will mate next year. Oh, so sounds like they live about 2 years. The females will lay more eggs next fall. That spider web looks really pretty with the ice. The life cycle of a spider. Adult female lays eggs in the fall. Adult spiders die with the first frost. Eggs in the egg sac during winter. Spiderlings from fall eggs hatch in spring. Young spider spins a web in the early summer. Young spider molts and grows in spring and summer. Adult spider that overwintered mates in the fall. Huh. And then there's a spider map. Tells you about their legs, their abdomen, and their cross-shaped markings of a garden spider. And of course their head. Here's our glossary and other books that you can read about spiders. Well, that was pretty interesting. So we followed a garden spider through their life cycle. Now you get to scroll on down and see what your assignment is. Probably has something to do with life cycles, I'm sure.